trafficking. I'm doing that on the tunnels in Las Vegas for 10 years.
I plan to be, I'm hope to be successful. I hope to, become a journalist.
Overall, homelessness in America has only improved 10% compared to 2007. It's even worse for certain subgroups such as individual homelessness, which dropped only 1% in the same period. On the contrary, 2020 saw a 30% increase in the unsheltered homeless, erasing over half a decade of work since its dramatic rise in 2015.
Right now, we are trending in the wrong direction. So the state of homelessness right now is pretty tenuous, and there are some small increases that are taking place across the board.
This means that the homeless crisis in America is worsening. The COVID pandemic caused a surge in housing costs and a rise in unemployment, leaving nearly 600,000 Americans unhoused in 2020. Housing is often cited as an important social determinant of health. Healthy homes promote good physical and mental health. Good health depends on having homes that are safe and free from physical hazards. In contrast, inadequate housing contributes to health problems such as chronic diseases and injuries and can have harmful effects on childhood development. Recognizing the range of ways in which a lack of housing or poor quality of housing can negatively affect health and well-being is important. The National Coalition for the Homeless understands this issue and, more importantly, has been advocating for the rights of homeless across the United States since its creation in 1982. This coalition works to improve policies and programs that support homeless people and raise awareness about homelessness and its causes. They are a national network of people who are currently experiencing or who have experienced homelessness, activists and advocates, community-based and faith-based service providers, and others committed to a single mission: a world where everyone has a safe, decent, affordable, and accessible home, and preventing and ending homelessness while ensuring the immediate needs of those experiencing homelessness are met and their civil rights protected. The National Coalition for the Homeless serves communities across the country with high concentrations of homeless people. The target population for the coalition is any person living in the United States who are homeless or at risk of becoming homeless. This includes people in transitional housing, people living in their cars or couch surfing, in shelters, veterans, people suffering from mental illness and addiction, people fleeing from domestic violence in cities, and families. However, what remains a large community of homeless people across the U.S. are people of color, mainly Native Americans and African Americans, with Black Americans having the highest rate of homelessness in America. The coalition's goal is to prevent and end chronic homelessness by working towards the following objectives. Number 1, preventing and ending chronic homelessness by working to identify and address the root causes of homelessness. 2, providing housing and services that meet the needs of chronically homeless individuals. 3, improving access to affordable housing, social services, and employment opportunities for people experiencing chronic homelessness. And 4, working with other organizations to advocate for change in federal, state, and local policy. While their main issue is affordable housing, they also focus on other issues such as race, racial equity, civil rights, employment, health, LGBTQ+ homelessness, veterans homelessness, youth homelessness, and elders homelessness, as well as many other issues regarding homelessness, health, and lived experiences. The National Coalition for the Homeless sponsors many educational and organizing projects, special campaigns, and annual events, with their most recent campaign being Bring America Home Now, a comprehensive grassroots campaign to end homelessness in the U.S. I was able to speak to the director, Mr. Donald Whitehead, as he emphasized this campaign more than any other campaign because of its focus on the federal legislation aimed at addressing the interconnected solutions to a decade-long epidemic of homelessness in the United States. They take the policies of the National Coalition and focus them into 6 major policies: housing, health, livable incomes, education, civil rights, and racial equity, with each of them having short-term and long-term policy focuses as the organization pushes for legislation on a national and local level. The coalition has partnered with over 150 organizations and advocates from around the country, sharing insight on state and city-wide struggles that have heavily influenced political policies. From speaking with the executive director to looking at the number of partners and resources they have been able to obtain over the past few years, the organization has done a great job in continuing to expand on their campaigns, raising awareness, and getting lawmakers in Congress to continue funding for policies such as Section 8 and the National Housing Trust Fund. The coalition will sustain its work by continuing grassroots organizing, continuing to work with and include those most affected by homelessness in the decision-making process, and by having secure funding to continue their work on current campaigns as well as future campaigns.
You know, when I was growing up, there was no such thing as homelessness. There was no such thing. We had some people that had problems, you know, Skid Row and these types of things, alcoholic problems, but we didn't have a population that was so big that we coined a phrase and named it homelessness, you know, and now it's become ingrained in our society.